Alright, let me bring you up to date on the Kawasaki here. Got this free, and was told the only information I got on it was thought it had the engine was locked up, and so I went ahead and took it, brought it home, and but the engine wasn't locked up. As I was able to see, it spun freely. So I had hope that it was maybe something minor. So I put a good battery in it, tried to start it, and nothing happened at all. So I had a little test light to see if it was even getting power. Started from here, wasn't getting any power at the start button. So I took that apart, cleaned the contacts out, and started getting power there, but still nothing happened. So then I moved to the box here, opened it up, and it was really corroded, and so ended up replacing the starter solenoid, and was hoping that would have fixed it. All that gave me was clicks. So again, I put the light down, press the button up there, put the tester light probe down here on the starter. It was getting power, starter wasn't working. So I replaced the starter, and the thing turned right over, and I thought, wow, this is all I got to do, and I've got a jet ski now. I just got to clean it up. But no, I'm picking this up. It's bright out here today. Here's the piston. So I put my compression tester on this thing. The rear cylinder PTO side had 150 psi, which is great. Moved to the mag side and zero, absolutely nothing. So took the top off of it, and my worst fear, I guess, that I was going to pull it off, and because the piston from the top, it didn't look bad, but then I just thought, it's eating the piston rings, and are all down in the bottom of the engine. But it had not. They had just you see, I guess an oil line had come off. Maybe it ran hot, lean. Now I've loosened these up with penetrating oil and actually took them off, but I can't even move them. So they were pretty much fused into the piston, but there was little scoring to the cylinder walls. So the damage was mainly right here to the piston. But anyway, so I took took it off. I went here to my little makeshift bench on a homemade cart here. So there's the top end that I took off, and like I said, it wasn't bad, but I was going to go ahead and have it bored out, and I called around to a number of places around here, and apparently nobody does the work around here. So it wasn't bad. So I went ahead, used the ball horn, the honing there, and honed out 2 cylinders. So right now I'm just hoping the one that had 150 psi looks really good, the cross hatching and stuff. This one, I'm just going to cross my fingers and hopefully put it back together. I couldn't find anybody to bore this thing over. So new pistons come in. So I'm going to hopefully get this in today. Got the gasket set, came in, and like you see, there's the rest of the parts and everything. So I'm going to put this back together, but first I've got to give this a bath and get all of the particle shavings out of the cylinders, get it cleaned up. It's drenched with automatic transmission fluid. So I'm going to put it in a bucket out here and clean it up, and then try to put this thing back together. But I'm just have this covered to keep stuff from going down into the engine. I still got some work to do with the gaskets to get this off completely. Hopefully that's picking up. But the this piston is actually okay. the rings. Now I've taken one ring out of it. I went ahead, since I honed the cylinders, I'm going to put new rings on it, but I just taken off one ring. Just check it out, it's sitting in there. But I'm going to put new rings on here and work on getting this gasket junk out. But the I had a difficult time getting it off. I was afraid I was going to damage or bend the rod here, but I could not get that pin out to get the piston off. It had pretty much, I guess, seized to the rod there, but it doesn't look like I've done any damage to it. The got the whatever, now I've forgotten. I've got it sitting there in some oil, keeping that oiled up, and so hopefully, like I said, be putting this back together. I've got to clean the get a razor blade, do some more cleaning. I've already spent a lot of time just cleaning the gasket out, so that was just had fused to the crankcase there. So anyway, so that's where I'm at. I'm gonna put the cylinder heads in this, clean it up with some detergent water, boil it down, and get it back together, and just hopefully this will work. Hopefully the compression is good and holds up. This is just what I'm doing. This is not a how to do anything, so I have no clue. This is my first teardown and my first of everything here, so most of what I am doing here I've watched or read offline, YouTube and message boards. So anyway, that's what I'm going to work on, and hopefully I've got the I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not. You can see I've tried to clean it, but it's in rough shape. So I may just get another handlebar covers for that. Obviously, I'm going to redo that seat, and I'm going to have to start over basically with the foam. As you can see, that's just deteriorated in terrible shape. But hopefully everything else turns out well. Like I said, I think the oil line came off, so I did replace the oil lines. They have not been just lost the word. Anyway, I've just got them hooked up, bled. That's what I'm looking for. So I've got them hooked up. I'm going to make sure I'm going to use more than this. I think this might have been the culprit of the last, but since it's set up a while, I guess I say that it is set up a while, the actual oil lines that I took off were brittle. So, but I believe they had come off, obviously, in what has caused the engine damage that it did. So, all right, I'll pull you in. I'm going to give this a bath, and I may hook the camera up to the back of the ski here as I start putting this back together. Like I said, I'm filming this even for myself. This is the first time around. Try to get this thing going. It's Memorial Day, and I'm hoping within a couple of weeks I'll have this together, kind of get it out on the water.